1ByOne exists to provide and inspire the homeless who are seeking shelter and a welcoming place for social interaction. 1ByOne is a non-profit organization based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Since our start in 2017, 1ByOne has had the mission to support the homeless in our low-income neighborhoods. We do this by providing shelter at our headquarters located on 2198 West Center Street, while also building a community through our sewing services. 1ByOne has gained support from local and visiting volunteers to help sew clothing, blankets, and other forms of bedding. We would not be the organization we are without the support of our generous volunteers. At 1ByOne, we have numerous artifacts in our shelter to promote positivity. We have our logo on our doors so people know that they are walking into our facility where our arms are always open to help. We also have our mission statement painted in big letters on the wall to remind everybody that we are there to create change and allow people to feel hope and to feel welcome. We have kitchen supplies and beds that people can sleep in, and we want a culture where anyone who walks in feels like they are welcome and a part of our family. Moving on to some of our elements, we believe we are a psychologically empowered group of people. As a homeless shelter, we feel that psychological empowerment would be the best motivation theory given our organization. We feel that all employees will be motivated by the fact that they work for an organization providing a necessary service and a goodwill deed to everybody who needs it. Each employee's individual tasks will go towards the purpose to providing shelter to the homeless people in Milwaukee. The intrinsic values of our workers will play a large role for those who will fit in at 1ByOne. We will hire workers whose meaningfulness aligns with our organization's vision and mission statement. This also ties in with the self-determination of our employees. Since 1ByOne has such a specific vision, we must hire employees that are self-determined to fulfill our mission. With a strong sense of self-determination, there needs to be guidance for our employees to put their efforts toward productive use. We will do this by training and giving feedback to our employees so they have a much greater sense of competence with their performance. That's something we feel our employees will never lack, is a sense of impact. There are over 7,500 homeless people in Milwaukee, and we feel that our location will be able to reach a significant amount of homeless people, and as a result, employees will be able to see the firsthand impact that they have in their community. We strongly believe that we are making an impact on our community. With keeping our mission statement at the forefront of our belief, each and every member of our team embodies 5 elements: positive emotions, identity, significance, meaningfulness of work, and satisfaction with the work as well. Given our organization's overall purpose of helping others and changing people's lives, it is important to have positive emotions at all times. If we as an employee at 1ByOne do not flourish with joy, bring hope, and share compassion with one another, it casts down shadows for the ones who really need our help. This attitude aligns with who we currently have on staff and who we look for in potential candidates. We want each employee to fully indulge in our beliefs and also have a meaningfulness of work. With our work, we must complete each task with the identity that all tasks matters. Whether it be sewing blankets, serving food, playing a game, or just interacting somebody, we must see it from start to finish. This is in correlation with good satisfaction with work itself, and we want our employees to excel and know that they are good and challenge themselves at the same time. Overall, this is a play that we want everyone to grow. Our work is making an impact on someone's life and is significant on their survival and will to keep on living. We want anyone to walk through our doors regardless of what stage they are at in life and walk out feeling hopeful and still full of life. We use effective commitment to honor some of the emotional feelings that we have to deal with in our organization's work. Our employees have to have a desire to remain a member of our organization because of that emotional attachment. Since we only hire individuals with a high sense of self-determination and meaningfulness, we feel that our employees will have an effective commitment to 1ByOne. Not only are we building a community as we serve the homeless, we are also building an organization inside a community with everyone involved in the operations of the organization. We want to establish a relationship with each employee so that they not only have an emotional attachment to our purpose, but to the organization itself. And this will be only fostered through effective commitment from our employees. We need everybody on board to bring about change and hope to these people and help them in a positive way. We believe that our organization is most vulnerable to psychological withdrawals. But what really will hurt us and the people we serve is the fact that we serve psychologically withdrawn people. If one of our employees is tardy on a regular basis or is taking exceptionally long breaks, then we cannot serve the ones we need to the best of our ability. So we need people that are always going to be locked in mentally, and we need to keep helping and keep the hope alive. If someone is starving and comes in looking for food in the shelter and the person who hands out the food isn't there, then we would have let that person down. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to help. We believe that we foster a communal culture because our employees are friendly to one another and we all think alike. We will establish a communal culture at 1ByOne by hiring like-minded individuals who want to have an impact on the homeless people of Milwaukee. We want to establish a friendly, welcoming atmosphere for our guests, and this will be rooted from our everyday employees and our everyday experiences. We want our employees to not only be receptive to our guests, but other employees as well. The overall mutual respect between employees and guests is how we will truly establish our communal culture. To maintain this culture, we will focus on employee satisfaction. Without our employees at full satisfaction, we cannot serve the ones coming to our shelter. To maintain this culture, we will continue to hire employees that embody the 5 elements that we want: positive emotions, identity, significance, meaningfulness of work, and satisfaction with the work itself. We will continue to strive to be the best shelter in Milwaukee and always look for improvement to be better. Our employees are the ones who make and continue to grow this organization. We see our shelter as a staple in Milwaukee and something that will be around for many years and provide hope to many people. With our highly centralized structure, our top managers will have the authority to make a final decision. As a small nonprofit organization, this will be the most fitting structure for our organization. As we begin to grow and have more employees, we will then begin to shift to a more decentralized structure. We have divided the workload of our 4 founders into separate individual jobs. These include the executive director, the community outreach administrator, the volunteer coordinator, and the development director. This will allow us to have the highest possible productivity among various duties. As a team, we will brainstorm our ideas and collectively put these ideas into action. We are constantly preparing our ideas for future development. Since we all play a different role in 1ByOne, it is important that we all have a common understanding of the team's goals and tasks. By knowing each other's capabilities, we know who to go to when we need help individually and where to assist other team members. To have the highest quality of information richness, we will transmit our messages face-to-face every day. Our listeners will be able to convey our messages through our words and our body language, resulting in far better feedback. Workers will be very positive and have high energy levels so that we can make a good first impression on our volunteers and visiting guests. We want to display a welcoming atmosphere that participants would want to return to. And as an organization, we will be able to develop program decisions. These are decisions that are almost automatic due to the previously obtained knowledge. With time, we will be able to develop this decision-making method And initially, we will develop our heuristics, which are simple rules of thumb that will allow us to make decisions easier. By having the system in place, we will be able to communicate our values to our guests and volunteers far more efficiently. At 1ByOne, we better ourselves through the social learning theory, and every individual who administers and volunteers with us learns from one another by watching, imitating, and modeling. As a team at 1ByOne, we provide service work with the help of assisting and aiding each other inside and outside of our organization. The management that we have builds a strong interpersonal communication network that equips our organization with professional skills that need to be efficiently and effectively spread throughout our organizations so everyone can carry out their duties. Courtesy is practiced by everyone throughout the organization so that we can keep our volunteers and visiting guests informed with relevant matters and events that go on in the organization. For each department in our organization, we conduct a job analysis for our volunteers so that we are able to involve and generate new ideas to help our organization grow in the community. With the activity in this list, it is rated as a subject matter experts. That's according to do with things that are important to each task. Each volunteer is expected to play their role according to the experience, judged upon the importance of each specific activities to the organization.